You may recognize the voice of our next guest because she was a guest on my radio show, Live It Up Radio, but now she's on Live It Up TV. It's E.J. Carey. Welcome to the show. How have you been?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
So glad to be here. Now, tell me about your new EP. What's going on with that?
My album, Loaded Question, dropped in January. It's 9 songs of a lot of pop rock fun. It's kind of like if you were to take Paramore and Christina Aguilera and Rascal Flatts and mix it up all together.
Now, how did you come up with that name, Unloaded?
Loaded Question?
Yes.
It came from one of the songs that I wrote came from a personal experience of mine with someone that I was kind of experiencing some turbulence with. And that person happened to contact me and he said, "Do you still hate me?" And I said, "That's a loaded question." I was younger and a lot angstier then, but that was kind of how I felt. And I thought that the idea of a loaded question really sort of fit the whole theme of the album because it's sort of like a coming of age story of sorts. And it's all about learning to let go of things that you can't change, things that you can't understand, and just kind of moving forward and making personal growth. And I thought, why not call it Loaded Question? Because that's, making personal growth is kind of a loaded question if you think about it.
It absolutely is. Where did your journey start?
I really started performing out here on Long Island when I was in high school with the Music Idol guys who do they'll go to different high schools and they do like the whatever high school idol or things like that. And they reached out to us through like a newsletter and my mom was like, "Hey, you guys should do this." It was my sister and I was like, "Hey, why not?" And I was probably about 15 at the time and I just kept doing the competitions until I eventually went to college, and that was kind of how I got my start and really got my confidence up.
And where did you go to school?
I went to school at Harbor Fields High School.
Okay, and then from there you went to?
I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston. I just graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was really kind of a crazy experience getting there, but I am so lucky that I was offered the opportunity to go someplace so prestigious and so incredible.
And your recording, how did that take place for you? How did you put all of these pieces together?
I've been working with my producer who worked on this album with me, Chris Toland. I've been working with him since I was about 9. And we lived on the same street when we were younger, and well, when I was younger, I guess he was younger too, but I was about 9 at the time. And my mom reached out to him and was like, "Hey, my daughter really likes to sing. You should have her in your studio." And he didn't really want to work with kids at the time, but my mom is a superhero, and she got me in there. And ever since I was 9, I've kind of been working on my musicality and kind of my real purpose in writing songs and being a singer with him. And it's been about 13 years now. And eventually, probably around the time I was 19, I was like, "Hey, Chris, I should make an album." And he was like, "Yeah, you should make an album." And then we were just making an album. There was no other discussion. It just happened. So we made all the songs in his home studio. And it was really kind of an incredible experience to really get to express myself in such a way that I hadn't been able to before.
And let's talk about that. Let's talk about the expression and what the music actually means.
It's it's emotional, but it's a lot of stuff that people can relate to. It's I delve in, talking about sadness and dealing with sadness, but that's something that everybody goes through, and I don't really think I express it in a negative way. It's just kind of like a cathartic sort of way. I experience angst, I experience confusion, and these are all emotions that everyone goes through at some point in their life. And I feel like, you could be 16, you could be 32, you could be 65, you could be 83, and these are all emotions that you're going to experience all throughout your life. And I hope that maybe through me writing how I felt and singing how I feel, that somebody else out there can relate to me and somebody else can be helped by what I was going through.
They absolutely can, because I've listened to the songs over and over and many times, and a lot of my friends have been listening. It's such a joy and such a delight. Tell us about some of the titles of the songs.
I have a song called Heidi about the guy that I liked at the time, like this girl named Heidi. I wasn't really too happy about that, so that's why the song's called Heidi. I have a song called Shipwreck. Shipwreck is kind of a song that deals with, sadness and feeling like you have no control over anything, but it's, I don't really feel like it's sad. I feel like it's more like expressing what you're going through and just trying to learn how to navigate through tough waters like that. I have some songs. I have a song called Hope She Loves You, which is a song about letting go of someone you love even though they don't love you back. Which is something that a lot of people go through.
Yeah, unrequited love.
Yeah, and I have a song called Over and Out, which ends the album, and it's kind of about letting go of all of the negativity, all of the drama that has kind of held you down in the past, and it's about being like, you know what? I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to let it go, and I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
And who makes you happy? Where do you find your inspiration and your joy from?
My mom and my sister are two of the most amazing, positive people in my life. I don't know where I would be without either of them. My dad has always been there to support me. I have an amazing group of friends. My whole family is really just kind of integral in my success, because without such good friends and without such a good support system, I wouldn't have the confidence to do what I'm doing now. And it's really kind of all about the family. My friends are my family too, so it's all about the family for me.
And where's the journey taking you? What are you hoping to do? You're going to have some gigs going on? Like,
Yeah, no,
what do you want to do this year?
I've been talking to a lot of people about playing locally, like in Huntington Village and stuff like that, but because of the time of the year, people go on vacation, so I'm just waiting to kind of get the confirmation for some people, but I'm hoping that I'll play locally like all summer, and then I'll see where it goes from there.
Wonderful. And how can people get your music?
You can find my music on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, just search EJ Carey Loaded Question. I'm also on Spotify. You can stream for free on SoundCloud.
Yay! So E.J. Carey, like I said, we met through a friend of a friend. You know, I always live in the land of serendipity, where magical things happen all the time, and we just hit it off. I'm a huge fan. I think you're phenomenal, and I know that it takes a lot of courage for you to be able to, you know, write things that are so personal, to turn them into music with the purpose of making a difference in the lives of others. You really contributed to other people, and I thank you so much. You're really gifted.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that, and thank you for having me. I think you're amazing as well. What you do here for other people and for yourself is just so incredible. And I feel like a lot of people can learn from the type of confidence that you have to build yourself up all on your own.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. Our guest today has been E.J. Carey. There's always fun on Live It Up, and we want to hear from you, so reach out to us.